Hello again, YouTube, and welcome back to Just Get a Tesla. I'm sat in the passenger seat of my Tesla Model Y, but very soon in the UK, this could be the driver's seat. A lot of you watch these videos from all around the world, and I really am appreciative of that. Welcome, hi, thanks, all of that. And most of you not in the UK will drive on the right-hand side. Yes, I know there are places that also drive on the left, but there's fewer of us. But do you know why we Brits drive on the left-hand side of the road? It actually goes all the way back to the 18th century in the original London Bridge. No, not the one that you'd cross today, the medieval one, where traffic was so bad that a law was passed which meant you had to pass on one side only, and that was the left. And that kind of stuck, and that then became the law. And of course, when it was made the law in the 19th century, we had an empire that the sun never set on, and so we of course imposed our London Bridge law on Canada, on India, South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, and all of the other places in the British Empire. Not everybody has stuck with that, but there are still plenty of pockets, as well as a few other places like Japan. So we've got this quirk about driving on the left, whereas everybody else in Europe drives on the right. And obviously North America drives on the right. And most of the export markets for big car manufacturers drive on the right. So the UK's always been a little bit different, but that hasn't stopped every major car manufacturer offering at least most of its models with left hand running. So the steering wheel on the right so that you can drive on the left, as opposed to the steering wheel on the left so that you can drive on the right. And that's always been a thing. There's the odd car that you only get in left-hand drive. There's been a few that are on sale in the UK where that's the case, but they're very, very few and far between, and people didn't. But for Tesla owners today in the UK, and this is mid-June of 2023, there is a real problem, because currently Tesla have announced that they are not going to produce a right-hand drive version of the new Model S and the Model X. Well, I say new, the refreshed Model S and Model X. And a lot of people have had those cars on order for quite a while, and they are understandably not happy that Tesla are now saying, no, we're not going to make one that fits your road. You're going to have to take the global one. And I understand what they're saying, because of course this is Tesla. Everything is supposed to be automated, so you're not actually supposed to drive. Remember, they fitted the Model S with that daft yoke thing where it's deliberately impossible to steer safely because you shouldn't be steering. The computer should be doing it for you on autopilot. The problem, of course, is that the yoke is stupid, which is why they've now reintroduced a steering wheel option for people who don't want to crash. So on paper, left hand steering wheel, right hand where it should be. What does it matter? Because, hey, you know what? We're all going to be automated robo-taxis in a few years anyway. But in practice, it's a bit of a problem. What I absolutely love about this car is the way that it picks up its skirts and it hustles along. This is the long-range Model Y, and it has got massive power, and it can accelerate from any speed to a lot more than any speed very, very quickly. So overtaking is a lot of fun, especially with all-wheel drive, which means that it's planted on the road. But I couldn't do that sat here. I'd need to be sat over there so that I can see around the vehicles that are coming. So left-hand drive, if you're driving, isn't going to work on British roads. But if you want a Tesla Model S or a Tesla Model X, that's all they're offering. And then just to add to the fun, to add insult to injury, you can't actually get finance on those vehicles because, shockingly enough, people don't want to put up money for somebody to buy a left hooker that's, in the case of the Model S, north of 100 grand. They just don't think it's a good business opportunity for their company to actually loan you the money to do so. So if you want to buy one of these steering wheel on the wrong side cars, you've got to find the money yourself. Now, okay, quite a few people do buy their cars for cash, but a lot of us, myself included, have them on finance. So the idea that there's no finance available is a bit of a problem. And then let's talk about the other elephant in the room on this one, which is bound to be insurance prices. UK insurance prices for Tesla in the middle of 2023 has gone from mad to completely bonkers. I'm reading on Facebook and on web forums about people who are having their insurance premiums doubled from quite a lot already. Doubled. They're getting an 80% increase, and if they shop around, they might be able to get it to 50 or 60% increase. Partly, that's because the industry has decided that cars with this much power are probably a bad thing and that we're very naughty for having that. I have done another video suggesting that there could be a family edition of the Tesla Model Y, just tuning everything down and making it so it's a little more subtle in terms of the ride. Hopefully, if that happened, that would be cheaper to insure. But this isn't, and also there's a shortage of parts. There's a shortage of availability of parts, and that is just adding to the fun. And that's for right-hand drive vehicles that are built for the British roads. Imagine trying to get insurance on a brand new Tesla Model S Plaid left hooker in Britain. You can't get finance for it, and I'm fairly confident for a lot of people you won't be able to get insurance for it either. So what does this mean? Well, one of two things is going to happen. Number one, this is going to basically be the end of Model S and Model X sales in the UK, for at least for now. And Tesla are going to fail miserably to extol the virtues of sitting on the wrong side of the car and not really being able to drive the thing manually and overtaking. Or, number two, it's going to be absolutely fine. And what they're going to find is that because they are pushing autopilot and automation and full self-driving, beta is now being tested in the UK. What they're going to find is actually it's okay. And suddenly it doesn't matter where the steering wheel is. And just as they've tried to take various different things off the car, including stalks, and I know they are coming off, fairly quickly we'll get it where, well, we don't need to do a right-hand drive version. Just take the global one. It's much cheaper for everybody else. If that happens, here is my prediction. It won't just be Tesla. Because for so many of the global car companies, engineering their vehicle so that you've got a steering wheel option on both sides, it's additional expense, it's additional design, it's additional manufacturing cost. If Tesla get away with it, they'll want the piece of the pie as well. Because here's the thing, Tesla lead the way on so many of these things with EVs. So this Tesla stupidity at the moment of, we're not going to sell you a right-hand drive vehicle, if that works, then Ford's Mach-E, you can see the Mustang Mach-E going the same way, because why not? You can see some of the more premium Mercedes cars going the same way, because why not? It'll get there fairly quickly. So you're going to end up with a load of cars that just basically don't work on our roads. And they are going to be EVs, and they're going to be Tesla EVs. So if you want to get it where the right-wing hate mob, who are absolutely piling on to Tesla especially, and Elon Musk definitely, and EVs and environmental things in general, if you want them to go an absolute hissy fit and persuade all of the people out there who still haven't grasped the idea that EVs are the thing and you should be getting one, this is the weapon that they're going to use. They are going to beat us round the head for ages. Stupid Tesla refusing to bring proper British road designed cars to the British market. Who do these foreigners think they are? That's where it's going to go. And wider than that, it's going to be, and the rest of the EVs are thinking about doing the same. That's stupid. Let me know where your head is on this one. I know there's some people on forums and again Facebook and things who are trying to find a way of making this work for them, because they really were planning on updating their Model S or their Model X, and they're just like going, what do I do? How on earth am I supposed to make this work? And it's a real problem. So if you're one of those people, again, put it in the comments. If you're one of the people who already has a steering wheel on the left and drive on the right, and the lucky people where this isn't a problem, again, tell me in the comments. just how silly we are to be stuck in this position. But I'm hoping a solution will be made. I am hoping that they are going to not pursue this for particularly long. And one thing that Tesla are very good at is changing their minds. So they try something, they push it. If it doesn't work, you know what? It's fine. We'll change it. I talked about the yoke already being taken off of the steering wheel, going back on. They've taken radar off and apparently are now putting it on with hardware version 4. These things happen, and that's fine. They test something, they learn it doesn't work, and then they go back again. But at the moment, it's a bit of a problem. Okay, that does mean they can sell a lot more Tesla Model Ys, which is the best-selling car in the world. But it's not great if you want something different. So I think it's a problem. It's also, I think, a real risk now that Cybertruck never comes to the UK. There's quite a few manufacturers who pulled out the UK completely or out of Europe completely. Cybertruck was already going to be a bit on the big side, but you know, let's see how it could work. But if they genuinely stick with no right-hand drive for Model S or Model X, you can almost guarantee it'll be no right-hand drive for Cybertruck as well. And you know what? There's something deep down dirty about the Cybertruck that just makes me look at it and go, it's wrong, but I kind of like it. So I'd like the option to at least think about it, and I don't think I'm going to be giving it. And on that sad note, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Once you've liked and subscribed and hit the bell icon, you know the rest. Back here on Just Get a Right-Hand Drive Tesla.